Welcome back. Today I am taking out the ASU-57, which is, I believe, 4.3. I should really watch these videos before I actually put them out, before I start commenting on them. And we're pairing it with the ITPM1. The plan isn't to be taking out the plane. It's to not die in the ASU, and we'll see how it goes. But the ASU is a vehicle that I was looking through my service record and I noticed that I am negative in it. And I was quite surprised when I looked at it. I hadn't played it since I started the game. It wasn't something I particularly enjoyed back then. I obviously just never came back to it. So I decided to take it out because I thought, it's got quite a big gun for a tiny profile. I can put a few bushes on it and I can hide it and I can be a bit of a rat or whatever. And I got this layout of Hurricane Forest, and I was thinking, this seems pretty good. There's a lot of rolling hills. There's a lot of opportunities for me to get in a position. There's an awful lot of bushes around the place, so I can hide quite effectively, right? So I have a bit of a funny game coming up because there's going to be one poor soul that just keeps coming back for revenge, and he's going to keep dying. And keep watching the kill feed. You're going to pick up on it as well. But we're taking quite a wide sweep around the left hand side. This is because every time I play this version of Hurricane Forest, there's always a couple of players that come over this side, on the enemy side, and they usually end up dictating the way this game goes. If they can get up on this hill, they can see straight into our spawn, basically, and we just lose the game. Now, they take an early advantage with the cap, so I know there's a couple of players down in the riverbed, in the little ravine, and I'm going to just see if I can get maybe an early shot off here. And you can see there's a good few vehicles out there. I did remember now, this is the first, well, I'm not even going to make the excuse now because I hit that shot. But I was going to say this is it was a one and done game with this vehicle. I didn't need to play another one. I was actually very happy with the footage that I got. I felt like I had quite a good game in this thing. And at the end of the day, look, it's a tank destroyer. It's got no machine gun on it. It's quite literally just a gun. There's not really much more that you can say about it. This is a problem that I noticed with it in the game, is that it just over penetrates because the round has so much penetration, and that poor PVKV doesn't actually have that much armor, so I just went straight through it. The round didn't even fuse. And I have a teammate with me here, and he's going to end up eating around here in a minute, and we're going to be left on our own. And that's fine. You'll see now that in a moment that we're going to be perfectly capable at controlling this left hand side all on our own because of how good this vehicle is. And that's what I learned. I couldn't understand how I was bad with this vehicle in the past, if I'm honest, because look at if this was any other vehicle, we would be clear as day sitting on top of a skyline, and we'd be basically telling everyone, look, we are here. But instead, we're perfectly hidden. And it's a different play style. I quite enjoy it. And I would recommend anyone that hasn't, that maybe you don't play the Russian tech tree, and if you're not, what are you doing? But if you've played the Russian tech tree, you've unlocked this vehicle, and you've just never really given it much of a chance, I'd highly recommend it. Definitely give this one a go. You won't regret it. So our teammate up here has perished, and this is a very quiet vehicle, right? So we can just sit here. I know there's no one behind me that's really going to notice me. And I'm just inching my way forward, just trying to see if I can see anyone. I presume they're further left, That usually tends to be the case. I like sitting somewhere shallow so that if someone is doing that long flank around, they have to come past me for them to be able to get on the hill outside our spawn and basically shut down the entire game. So we're going to come back into our little cubby hole, as I'm going to call it, since we can see over by the bunker across the river, which is the main camping point, I suppose I'm going to call it, for enemy tank destroyers. I can see down into the river where we still can't seem to get into. We just have an awful build up of teammates across there, and I don't really want to move too much further forward until my teammates start pushing also. But I feel like I am being pushed into a box at the moment. I feel like I'm after killing a couple of enemies. They probably know I'm here. I don't know whether that guy knew that was that I was cresting the hill there. It looked more like he was aiming down into the riverbed. My teammate is coming back across the river to come and give me more support. So I'm thinking now, okay, I can push down the hill and I can look across over to the cap and try and start getting my teammates to start pushing onto the cap so that we can start stopping this ticket bleed because we're already halfway to losing. Didn't take a shot there, missed it. It was a bit hopeful, I'm going to say. Going to have a better opportunity to get a shot off here. Unfortunately, I rushed it. The right opportunity would have been through that little crack in the rocks when I had a bit more time to adjust my aim. But we still marked him and someone else took him out. So we're going to push away up onto this hill. You can see my teammates have pushed a bit more forward, but there is an awful lot of enemies down there and they are getting taken out. So I'm thinking right now I need to start picking people off. I need to start getting myself into a good position. Either start shooting them out of their spawn or something else. Now, this guy up on the top of the hill has taken a shot across the river. I don't know whether he knows that I'm here or not. I think since he might know I'm here. Nope, he's a bit clueless. And that's okay. We take that guy out. I'm guessing that's probably the same guy that was the PVKV. I think it's the Sherman guy that I kept killing. I think I killed, what, 2 or 3 Shermans already? I think I killed him one more time. Maybe the same guy in the Swedish vehicles. I was a menace for the guys that liked flanking out here. My teammate has somehow died again. I didn't actually pick up on that until now. And we're going to just come in at a different angle. Because where I killed that Swedish tank destroyer, he's going to think I'm coming up the hill, which he's correct in thinking it, but he's going to be thinking I'm coming up the hill at a different angle, or maybe pushing towards the cap. And I know that there's a little dip here behind the tree, and I'm going to use it. And as you can see, this is their spawn right in front of me, where that little plume of fire is in the distance. That is basically their spawn. And I'm just going to start bullying them here. I know this is not something that I usually like doing. That is the same Swedish fella. I honestly feel bad for this guy. He is having a bad time. And we have neutralized the cap. We are pretty low on numbers. You can see most of my teammates now are AA or AAA. AAs, anti-air. Um, and we are pretty much, it's not looking good. The enemies have started capping the point again. I believe this is the same guy in the Sherman that I've killed every time. I don't know. You'll have to go and keep track of whenever I kill a Sherman and whenever I kill a Swedish vehicle and see if it's the same people I've killed 3 times over, the 2 of them. If so, they've gotten me everything but 2 kills. Thanks, lads. And I'm in a bit of a rush here now, so I need to push. And is it going to be enough? Probably not. I mean, we have 2 or 3 actual tanks left, and everything else is an AA vehicle, so it's not looking good. but we're going to try. There's another M4 there. Take a shot, and somehow that didn't penetrate. Going to spot the... is that an NATO? Is that what it's called? It's a little milk truck. I'm going to shoot at him anyway. I have no idea what I hit. This is going to be the end of the video. Purely because we're going to get taken out here. And we are going to not spawn again because, look, the game is basically over. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Comment on it. Thumbs up if you did. Thumbs down if you didn't. I'll catch you in the next one.